You cannot tell whether your B2B marketing content is actually effective unless you can test it and get data. Yes, some of that data lives on your website and your analytics through clicks and form fills and page views and cookies and whatever, but you don't really know if you're getting data from your prospects or just drive-by visitors who weren't going to buy from you anyway. The most valuable data, and you could argue the only valuable data, comes through your CRM. That's where you see what content actually made it into the sales cycle, who engaged with it, and whether it helped move the deal forward. And that only works when marketing and sales are working together. You've got marketing building content, sales sending it in real conversations, and both teams tracking what's happening inside the CRM. If none of that is happening, if your CRM is just incomplete or ignored, you are flying blind and your content strategy becomes guesswork. And this is because all your sales activity should be trackable. If your sales team is having calls, sending emails, sharing any content, but not logging anything, you have no way to evaluate what's working. You can't see which leads are getting real follow-up. You can't track which accounts are stuck or going cold. And you definitely can't tell whether that new case study, white paper, or one-pager helped anyone do anything. And when you're flying blind, marketing will just keep producing content, sales will keep saying they need more leads, and no one can point to what's actually generating revenue. This is what I call murky content performance, and you do not want it. So let's just say you launched a new one-pager or a case study, and the sales team's like, yeah, that's going to be so helpful. And the marketing team should be like, okay, great, but how do we know? Data from the CRM, obviously. But if no one's tracking anything in the CRM, if there's no email logged, no follow-up, no deal notes, no phone call transcripts, you have no way to measure impact. And then it looks like your content isn't working, even if it is. It's a wonderful recipe for getting content efforts deprioritized. That's really all you know. And then sales stops asking for help and marketing moves back to lead gen, and the collaboration that should exist between those teams just disappears. So data is actually the outcome of alignment. Here's what it comes down to for serious B2B sales teams. If it's not in the CRM, it didn't happen. I'm not here to tell your reps to fill out more forms or create more fields, but I am here to say if you want to run a high-performing sales and marketing engine, you need shared visibility. At the very least, you need to know which assets are getting used, who's engaging with them, what's happening after they're sent, and whether they're helping to move any deals forward. And if you don't have that data, you can't optimize anything. But if you do have that data, you can do things like tweaking titles, prioritizing different statistics, and making multiple versions of the same deliverable to suit the needs of each sale. That's when you get serious about performance marketing. So this performance marketing thing really depends on CRM visibility. If you're investing in content and running campaigns, you're spending money to drive leads, and hopefully you're producing content to support those leads. This is why sales needs to log their activities in the CRM, and you need a clean CRM. Otherwise, you have no way to tie content to pipeline, no way to prove impact, no way to scale what's working. You really need systems and not just content. You got to stop chasing these small tactics and start making content a key part of your sales systems so you can speed up your sales motion. These systems will help you to identify the moments in the sales cycle where content is needed, to build collateral that speaks directly to buyer concerns, to structure follow-up sequences, and yes, track what happens inside the CRM. Because if your sales team can't find the content and they don't send it, then nothing ever gets logged in the CRM, then your content isn't just underperforming, it's invisible. Cool. So in the next episode, we are going to dig into email sequences, why most don't work, and how to write ones that feel human, helpful, and actually move the needle. As always, if you've got questions or you want to talk through how your CRM and content strategy connect, you can email me directly at anthony@edifycontent.com, or you can just leave a comment. Thanks.